Hi, Maria. How are you?
Pretty good.
All right. So, thank you for coming. Did you find your way okay?
Yeah,
All
I took
right.
the bus here.
You took the bus here? Was it a long commute?
It was around 20 minutes. It wasn't that bad.
Okay. That's good because we want to make sure that you were able to get here um, as easily as possible. Make sure the commute is not difficult for you. So, I just want to thank you for coming in. And my name is Shay, and I will be your social worker and case manager um, for your situation. And I want to talk to you just briefly about what I can and cannot provide for you. We are a private nonprofit agency. So we do work with other agencies to get the best resources for our clients. We only have a certain amount of time to get to your main goal. So we will do our best to make a little smaller tasks to make that easily and feasibly possible for you. I do have a confidentiality clause that I have to tell you about. If you express anything about suicidal thoughts or actions, homicidal thoughts and actions, or you express anything about hurting someone else, hurting you, I do have to report that to ensure your safety, okay? So I just want to let you know that's not to discourage you from talking to me. That is just to let you know that whatever stays in here that we talk about, but besides, if you mention any of those three things, then I do have to let someone know. Okay.
Okay.
So um, I don't want you to think that you can't trust me if one of those instances come up, and I do have to report it. Okay. So, what are some of the expectations that you plan to get out of this session?
Well, primarily just to get a job, to try to provide for my children. I think it's necessary, and as soon as possible as well.
Okay, no problem. So we can start figuring out the different resources and the different things that we can do for you. This is as you can say, like a relationship, like a 50-50 type partnership. So we are in this together. I'm not here to tell you what to do and tell you what's best. I believe you know what's best for you and your family. I'm just here to kind of like maybe guide you and give you the resources that are available that you may not know that are available or that you haven't found out how to make it accessible for you. Okay. So since getting a job is that your main priority?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about some of the skills that you do have within the job field.
Well, in my last job at Walmart, I was a cashier, so I could, very good with maintaining money, not coming up short.
Okay. Did you do anything else besides cashiering in Walmart?
For the first part, it was just like clothes racks, trying to keep everything in order. So keeping everything clean, maintaining everything. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
established.
That's fine. Do you have any degrees as far as what I mean by that is how far did you go in your education?
Well, I didn't finish high school, but I did went back to get my GED.
That is good. That is very good. A lot of people don't understand the importance of getting the high school diploma or just getting the equivalency, which will be a GED. So you are on the right track so far, Maria. You came in to get help, and sounds like you have a few skills that will allow you to obtain a job. Um, you mentioned working in Walmart, so is retail something that you're looking for now, or are you looking for something different?
I like working at Walmart, so I think it will be quite suitable working back in a position that I'm familiar rather than something that's different.
Okay, so we can look at the different retail openings that you do have in your area. You mentioned that you got here on the bus. Is that your only sole transportation at this moment? Currently. Okay. So that is fine. So I'm just asking you the questions to make sure that I know what is going to be feasible for you because we don't want to find a job that is far out, that is a long commute, and that makes you unable to get there on time or at all. Okay. So maybe we can look for things that are in your area. Are there some things that you want or some things that you don't want within the job field?
Um, I mean, I'm really up for anything at the moment, so
In my report, it says that you have a 3-year-old and a 18-month-old.
Yes.
So, who would be the caregiver for your children if you were to obtain a job?
I currently have no one at the moment. My mother, she lives 10 miles away from here with my siblings. I moved out like during my first pregnancy, so I really don't have no one to take or no family care either. So that's something I had to look for. Also help on my children if I do get a job offer.
So, how do you feel? Do you feel alone? That since you have to raise the children by yourself, or do you feel like you have the support of your mother and the children, the fathers of your children?
Well, I have no contact with the father of my children, and I had a significant other, but that relationship is long gone as well. The relationship with my mother, while I really don't have a relationship with my mother, we really did not have a relationship once, like during my first pregnancy, um, that I left the household. Yeah, I really don't have no one.
Did it sadden you that you don't have a relationship with your mother? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to get an understanding of the different relationships that you have.
I guess at first I was like naive. I didn't really care, but at times like this, this kind of brings something to you.
So maybe while we are doing the job process, which you have made it your top priority, correct?
The job, yes.
So maybe we can, during this process, we can also try and see different things that we can build that relationship with your mother as well, because a good support system is always great for anybody. Okay. So you mentioned your significant other and not being in that relationship anymore. Do you care to give details on why that relationship has ended?
It was fine for the most part, but he ended up being very angry at times and abusive. So I was at the end of it.
And was that mentally or physically abuse?
It was both.
It was both. Okay, and I just want to commend you on getting out of that relationship, because there are a lot of women who are not as fortunate to get out of that relationship, and it takes a very strong person, and you did the right thing to get you and your children out of that type of environment. Okay, and do are you have you coped hopefully with that situation then ended?
I think I have. I look at my children as like this positive strength that they give me to keep going. So I really don't look back. Just look forward.
Okay. So as right now, besides not having the job, are there any other areas within your life that you would like to work on? I know you've mentioned wanting to obtain a job and possibly gathering a better relationship with your mother. Is there anything else that you are?
Look into daycares, in case if you're getting off range. So that'll be another one. I'll probably have the job, daycare, and possibly having a better relationship with my family.
That sounds really well. So looks like our first step will be just to get a list of the different job openings in your area that would be feasible to get to on a bus. So just kind of like make sure it's not a long distance and there's not a lot of walking within the pickup and the drop off of the bus, to make sure that you are able to get there safely and easily, okay? And then after we get that list of resources, you can look for some, and then I can look for some, and then we can just combine them, and you can decide which is best for you or what you think best fits your skill set the best, okay? As far as job interviews and filling out the applications, are you very confident in that?
I'm okay with it, but a little help really never hurts.
Okay, we are actually paired with an agency that does host workshops. The workshops are normally there's one at least once a week, and what they do is you will partner up um, with someone there, and you would practice on your interview skills, and you would practice on just filling out your application, and they would kind of tell you the do's and don'ts of mentioning things and within the interview, and just make sure it just helps brush up like your professional skills, and to make sure that you have the um, best experience. Kind of gives you a little bit more experience on going out there. It kind of ease down on nervousness, and we found that the majority of the people that do come to these workshops have obtained a job. Okay. So, and then daycare. Once we do find out what's feasible for you there, we can probably start looking into daycares. Or is there any specific things that you are looking for your daycare to provide?
Um, I'm guessing just to work with the hours that I have currently, and I will actually like to go see them just because I don't know, this mother instinct that I have that I just don't want my children placed in just any setting.
All right. Is that kind of anxiety of leaving your children in the care of someone else or being away from them for an extended amount of time?
I think so. Ever since like my first pregnancy, I haven't like really worked, so I guess I've really grown attached to them. So it's kind of be hard to kind of leave them, but you know, I had to do what I had to do.
So I just want you to know, it's just not like leaving your kids. That I'm sure you are a great mother, and it's just like just see it as something that you have to do to make sure that you will be able to provide the best care for them. Okay. So, and as far as the relationship with your mother, maybe we can. Do you mind her coming for a session with you, or?
I wouldn't mind. You know, it would kind of like awkward, so I would need someone to be there. You know, since it's kind of been a long time since I last seen her, so I don't know. I don't know how she'll feel about it, but I'm willing to try.
So maybe we can try you reaching out to her and see how she responds to that. Would that be okay? Is that something that you're willing to do?
I am willing, but I don't know how she'll fast it.
So maybe we can practice that. Me and you, your next section, we can pretend and that I'm the mother, and you can kind of like express to me how you're really feeling, and so maybe that can help cut down the nervousness and the anxiety with that, and that will help you be more like confident of reaching out to your mom. But first, since the job is your top priority that you have mentioned, we are going to focus on jobs and find something that fits your job skill and your job set. Okay. So, have you looked at anything within your area?
I haven't really
You haven't
had a time to look anywhere.
Okay, that's fine. We can start looking right away. Are you looking for more flexible hours? Are you looking for to work more in the daytime or the night?
I'm looking just in the daytime, just for like, it will be kind of hard for a daycare to work during like the night kind of shifts. So anything that could be during the daytime will be perfect.
Okay. All right, that's fine. So we can find a job that does gives you something in the morning. Well, how many hours are you looking to work per day, or what is your max of hours per week that you're willing to work?
Just to start things off, just I guess part-time, which would be like usually like around 30 hours or so.
So we can try and find someone that's going to give you between the maybe 20 to 30 hour range per week. That would be good to start you off with, so you get yourself more settled, and then from there, maybe if you feel more comfortable and you're a little bit more stable with the daycare and everything, then that will help you. Maybe you can increase your hours then to maybe a full-time job. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that fine for you? Okay. So first thing is getting our list. So that's probably what we will discuss on the next section. And just getting that list so we can just get out of there. Would you like to go on the workshops before you start to pursue some of these jobs?
Yes.
Okay. So what we are going to do is just get our list together. and then maybe schedule a workshop meeting just so you can get some of that practice in to help make you more confident. Okay. And then after that, then we'll start looking into the daycare. And what is your budget for the daycares?
Something that's affordable. I
Affordable.
don't want having to pay something of the money that I don't even have. So something that's affordable. If not, I really don't know what's going to happen.
Okay. There are actually a few daycares within your area that I do know of that are nonprofit, and you can drop your kids off free of charge for a few hours. I think their max is maybe 5 or 6 hours. So maybe we can look into something like that. Maybe that would be okay for you because that will cut down the cost, but still giving you care for your children. Or we can look for something that maybe ours on the low end, but still have the best quality. Okay. So is that fine?
That's fine.
All right. So our next step is getting a list for your jobs that we think are feasible, that you think are feasible for you, and then we can go to the workshops just to get more practice with the interviews and the application process. Then we will go into getting the daycare facilities, just looking at the different few, which one are more affordable and just going to be flexible with the jobs that we have on our list that are available for you. And then at the end, when we find more stable, maybe we can start strengthening that relationship with your mother. Because that sounds like it's something that you want. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. The relationship with your mother sounds like it's something that you want, but as of right now, not a goal or a top priority for you. Am I understanding that correctly? Okay. So once we get the job and the daycare set, and we get you more stable, we can move on to strengthening that relationship with your mom. And since she is 10 miles away, which sometimes it can be a bit far at times, especially if you are within a busy life, but maybe she can make that drive every other weekend just to visit you and the children, or maybe even help care for the children while you are at work. Okay. So, is there anything else that you would like to address or talk about? No? All right. So, I'm very happy that you came today, and what I'm going to ask for you, just look for 5 different positions that are in your area that are available and bring those to the next section. And we will go over those, and I will try and look for some as well that will provide you the flexible hours that you are looking for, and that contains the skill sets that you have told me that you have. Okay? So I just want to thank you for coming, and I will see you next session.
All right. Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.